Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another week of daily energy draws. A little bit delayed today, but better late than never. How are you guys feeling? We have the full super moon eclipse coming up this week. We're already feeling the energies of that. I just put out an ascension check-in on the community post, also on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you're checking out all the social media platforms so you don't miss a thing. How are you guys feeling? I basically slept most of the day yesterday. I was exhausted. I was very tired. Already feeling the effects of that. We're also in retrograde season. We are also having the tail end of that 555 portal energy. So there's a lot of light codes coming in, a lot of energy coming in, I'm hearing shakeups. And what that is it's just alignment, realigning you to your true soul self, realigning you to where you're meant to be going, your true soul path. And anything that isn't in alignment with that is being shaken up right now. That's relationships, that's friendships, work partnerships, that is business, that is finances. Anything in the material world, in your physical experience, is shaking up a little bit because we are realigning to what is really meant for our soul path. Now, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. A lot of times we associate that change and those shakeups with fear, with negativity, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing. That's just pushing us to where our soul actually wants us to go, where our heart actually wants us to go. It's just ego that's in resistance because that's the comfort zone. We are in our comfort zone. But sometimes these shakeups can be new opportunities, new relationships, new cycles in relationships, a depth of relationships. It could be new friendships, new soul family coming in. It could be higher clarity, higher wisdom. And especially with this lunar eclipse, what we had channeled yesterday in the Ascension check-in that is just on the community post as well as on Instagram and on Facebook, what we had channeled was that there's a lot of communication and clarity that is coming in that is going to bring forth new energy of peace and balance. We are in an energy where there's no stopping. We are moving forward. Even though in retrograde season, it's like the planets kind of look like they're moving backwards, it kind of feels like we're being shaken up and moving backwards. All that's called for is to allow yourself to go in. It's calling for introspection. It's calling for reflection so that you can clear out things that aren't serving you, may have served you in the past, but that aren't serving you now and for your future. And so we cannot cling to the past. We can't cling to the past versions of ourselves. We can't cling to our old beliefs, our old patterns, our old mindsets. We can't cling to anything that we thought we were. I'm even here, we can't even cling to where we thought we were going, because everything is about the now moment. Everything is about following the heart, following the intuition and the soul self. And our ego minds like to think it knows where it's going, but sometimes the universe has other plans. And that's the John Lennon quote that they're singing it to me. They're singing that song to me. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. That song, that beautiful song. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, and that's the truth. Because ego says, I'm going in this direction. Well, the soul says, well, ego, think again. This is what we're really in alignment with. But what happens on this ascension journey is the ego and the soul self come into alignment together. Once you learn to quiet the ego, once you learn to go with the flow and not try to control everything, then once you surrender, that's what they just said, surrender. Once you learn to surrender, that's when you go into alignment with your soul self. That's when you're just following your intuition in every now moment, every present moment. We talk about that all the time in this channel. And it's not easy. It's not easy because we have been conditioned. We have been kind of programmed and set to want to know what the next step is, to have those goals, to have those dreams. But what we need to do really is follow the intuition with the next step and the next step. That's the balance of the feminine and masculine energies. Feminine energy is trusting your heart and trusting your intuition for where you're being led. And the masculine energy is taking the steps to get there, having the action to get there, moving to get there. And we are in forward momentum now. So there is a lot that is happening right now, a lot that you might be experiencing in your physical world. I know that I just had major shakeups in my own world. I lost my grandmother, but more than that, there was some rockiness, some just different lifestyle changes in my own world. And I'll share more about that coming up. But yeah, a lot of changes, and it just takes a realignment. It just takes a rebalancing. It takes an open, expanded mind and an open heart to allow yourself to continue to go with the flow, to say, okay, God, source, universe, I hear you, I trust you, I see you, I know that you're always supporting me. I know it's just my own ego that thinks that I'm not supported. I know that it's just my own ego that feels lost or abandoned or confused. Sometimes that plunges us into a little bit of a dark night of the soul, but the dark nights of the soul are meant to serve us to excavate and clear out the old versions of ourselves that really aren't serving our highest good. We are being pushed. We're at that point in time of our ascension journey for the collective ascension as a whole, where we really are being pushed into the new version of ourselves. And we cannot create resistance anymore. That is just not allowed by the universe. The universe is saying it is go time. It is go time to shift into your highest potential. It is time to take action. It is time to find your path. And if you don't know your path, you just take the next step, because the path might always look different than what your ego expects it to. So allow yourself to continue to expand. Allow yourself to have that open mind. Allow yourself to have that open heart. Allow yourself to evolve. Allow yourself to receive that support from the universe. Allow yourself to give that support to others, to give that support to yourself. Just allow the flow to occur. Okay, wow. I did not expect that, but let's see what message Spirit has for us today. Strong energies and downloads coming in over the weekend, and moving us into this solar full moon lunar eclipse. Okay, wow. All right, hold on, you guys. I have cars flying everywhere. Hold on. All right, Spirit, what do you have to say for today? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, what do you have to say for today? I just realized that my microphone is not plugged in. It'll be plugged in for the next video. I hope you guys can hear me. I think you can. All right, we have into the unknown. That's exactly what we were just channeling. That is exactly what we were just channeling. Listening at the bottom of the deck, and slow and steady. There is movement that is happening. And if you want to fly, if you want to soar, like your heart truly knows you do, if you know without a doubt that you are supported by your ancestors, sometimes that wall has to come crumbling down. Sometimes that tower has to crumble. Sometimes there has to be destruction in order for there to be creation, because the foundation was a false foundation, or the foundation served you in the past, but it's not serving what you're creating now, because you're always creating in the now moment. But you have to trust that you have the support from the universe. You have to trust your own wings to fly. You have to listen to yourself. You have to trust yourself to go deeper into the inner spiral, to do that introspection, to do that shadow work, to do all the cultivating within as you're led into the unknown. It's only unknown to the ego mind. Your soul knows the way. Your soul has a blueprint. Your soul has a map. It's time to start listening to yourself. It's time to start trusting yourself. It's time to allow yourself to take that risk, because it's not a risk at all. It's only a risk to the ego self, who likes to stay in its comfort zone of old beliefs and old patterns and old habits and old versions of the self. It is time to take the leap and go deeper. It is time to take the leap and rise higher. It is time. It is time. It is time. Whew. Okay, we are off to a crazy start this week. I am sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see what happens for the rest of the week. See you then. Bye.